Hi, my name is Brennan Ali, and my presentation today is about Moltbot impersonation. The following that we're going to cover in this presentation are: what is Moltbot? How was Moltbot impersonated? What did the Moltbot impersonator do? What were the risks from the Moltbot impersonator? How did the Moltbot impersonator get discovered? And what are the lessons we can learn from the Moltbot impersonation? So, what is Moltbot? Moltbot is an AI assistant that can access apps similar to WhatsApp, Slack, Discord, Signal, and iMessage. These AI was created by an Austrian developer under the name of Peter Steinberger. Now, this used to be named Claudebot, but unfortunately, due to a few trademark issues, they had to rename it, and they went with Moltbot. Now, how was Moltbot AI impersonated? The main form of the impersonation came from a fake Virtual Studio Code extension. The catch? Moltbot does not actually have a real Virtual Studio Code extension. Threat actors took advantage of this fact and hoped that users would fall for this fake Virtual Studio Code extension. That way they could harvest the user's credentials. Alongside with the fake extension, there are also GitHub pages that took advantage of the fact that the creator had to switch the name of the AI from Claudebot to Moltbot and made clone GitHub pages that were similar enough to the actual GitHub page, but yet were fake in order to get users to click on the wrong website. So, while we look at this fake Virtual Studio Code extension, what did this accomplish? When opening up the Virtual Studio Code application, the fake extension would maliciously perform these following actions. It would execute a json.config file. That json.config file would then execute a code.exe binary. This would, in turn, deploy a remote desktop program onto the user's PC/device, which would allow remote persistence at all times. Following more investigation, there is also connections to something that was titled the Evelyn Panel and the Evelyn Info Stealer. This was a broader campaign that was specifically targeting software developers. So with this malicious software on users' computers, what exactly could the attackers do? The attackers were able to do any of the following. They were able to gain control of user systems and even start and stop services on those user systems. They're able to harvest users' information, including their credentials, any specific data slash personally identified information that the user may have, and they're even able to go as far as impersonating users online through the apps that Moltbot AI had access to, like I said before, with the iMessage, Slack, and other apps similar to those. While threat actors work hard to make their malicious packages stealthy, security researchers, fortunately, work even harder to find out what these malicious packages are. The security researcher in particular being John Hammond, who looked through the Virtual Studio Code extension and discovered many things. This would include that there was no official details within this extension. After he began looking, he found the script extension.js, which was going to be designed to execute whenever the VS Code started up. A mass of other users looked through the GitHub repository and found other obvious hints, including fake domain names, a professional copy of the original website, and the false claim of ownership by the creator, Peter Steinberger. The last discovery is that version 3.0 of the extension was also examined, but there was no malicious intent in that version. Whether it was because the authors got scared of what they were doing and didn't want to anymore, or this was a way to make them look no longer suspicious, it is not yet found out. Now, for the most important part of the presentation, what can we learn from the Moltbot impersonation? As users, we have to check the legitimacy of GitHub, VS Code extensions, and just anything we download and want to use. If we check the legitimacy, we can make sure everything is safe. And that goes hand in hand with auditing scripts in order to look for any suspicious code in there, or if you want to go the extra mile, trying to read and understand the scripts in order to make sure that you know for a fact that there is no malicious software in there. To find out all about what Moltbot AI was and how it got impersonated, I used these 3 websites as my sources of information. And that's it for my presentation. If you guys have any questions, feel free to respond to my discussion post or just email me at ollie@purdue.edu. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed.